So I will give the floor to Fedor Fomin. Fedor.
Yeah, thank you, Maxim, for a very nice speech.
Thanks for you.
And ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I think we can now thank you for my warm-up team for a very entertaining presentation of Neurosoft company software. But now I think the very star of today's show, it's me and bicycle. Okay, let's start with some presentation of preparation of our patient. Yeah. So I think I should share my screen right now, maybe a bit later, depends. Okay, so we got his cable, we got his adapters, we got this patient. He's pulling up his t-shirt. So now I use his shorts to fix the device. For sure, you can use some special belt included in the kit of this device. Of course, you should know that every cable is always made of something intertwined. So you always should have some medical technician who will do this. Actually, this work is not for such medical stuff, highly paid like me, but for some technician stuff. But Neurosoft company can afford me doing this job. Okay. So I will not use the one-by-one approach because I know where these electrodes should be. And here we will see the test without any montage because I'm sticking electrodes right here. So nothing in my sleeve. So the signal that you will see on screen will be the same, and I will see it the first time like you. So any noises, any problems, so any of these problems that will be due to our talented software and hardware engineers. Okay, joke. Okay, we can put on the t-shirt. Just adjust a little bit cable here. Okay. So I'm now sharing my screen to, yeah, it's here and nice. Okay. So unfortunately, when I look at the screen, I can't look into the camera, but I don't think that's a problem. Okay. What we start from? We start from, so we prepared our patient, and now we start from creating exam for him. I prepared a little bit to save time and already entered some data about our today's patient. But you see, if I have this may be really a case of your job, so you can prepare patient data in advance, or you can get this data from some hospital management system via HL7 or something like this. In case I need to change something, I can perform, for example, for if you use feeds and empirical system of weights and measurements, you can use it here. But in Russia, we use this variant. Okay, going next. Next page is interesting because we have here choice of different testing protocols, and the appearance of this window depends on your licenses purchased. And here I have everything because I'm an employee of Neurosoft, but you will see only a couple of lines. Now I want ECG stress test using cycle ergometer or bike ergometer. That's the same. And I have a couple of choices of testing templates, like Maxim already announced that you can create your own templates, you can use predefined templates, you can create templates based on predefined templates, and all the stuff. Basically, you can have stage by stage protocol where, for example, 2 minutes, the same exercise, then it increases automatically to the next stage and so on. And you can have a ramp or ramp-like test where the exercise is increasing almost every second or couple of seconds in a very smooth way. You can have some tests where the exercise is calculated due to some formula, and these tests are described in literature and have some protocols that have special timing, special exercises, and that's nice actually. Okay, what we can do if I select this multi-stage test, but today you know that it is not, it's a theory and practice. So from the theory position, I'm not, I don't want to use this template here because I've got my test person is a young bicyclist. So I will die here waiting till I have some interesting results with this 25 watts per 2 minutes exercise increment for such a person. And also, I don't want to try to find some ischemic heart disease in this person. I don't expect this, but I can have this ramp template. Next window is very nice because, for example, I'm quite a stupid man, and I don't know what to expect from my current patient, and I ask if he or she has some symptoms from his or her heart, and okay, the patient said, no, I don't have, or I do something. And if okay, maybe you have non-anginal chest pain, and I will see according to his age, his gender, and his answers, I see that ischemia probability is low. So in this case, I should not try to perform a test for ischemic heart disease diagnosis. That's stupid. I can get only false positive for result, and don't know what to do with that. Okay, physical activity level, just for reference, this is high in this person. The aim, I can change this later during performing final report, and I will show you. But here I want physical performance test and maybe 20 grade Borg scale. In case of ramp protocol, what I can have, I can select how this ramp exercise is calculated. There are different formulas you can select. For example, if a patient clinically can run a little bit, and the software will distinguish which exercise should be the final stage. But I prefer just to be some get some freedom, and let me show, just take some metabolic equivalents on the 10th minute of the test. Let's start from 4 and go up to 12. Okay, and here the software shows me which watt level corresponds to this 12 watts, 12 METs. So let's go, and I need, okay, it works. And next goes instructions to my patient. So when I ask you should start pedaling with it's about 60 to 70 revolutions per minute, and tell me everything, what happens if you feel dizzy, if you feel tired, if you're trying to die, or you feel some palpitations, just tell me. I will ask my lawyer to come here and save me. Okay. Now, magic. Now we have ECG. As Maxim already showed you, 12 lead ECG, and I have some filters here. I can apply it or not apply that on my wish. For example, I think I will use drift filter. And okay. So in the monitoring regimen, I can check the connection. I can check electrodes. I maybe can tap a little bit on the chest to make these electrodes feel better. Yeah, it's a little better. Okay, and now we start with the recording. And here I'm a lazy doctor. I forgot to put on a blood pressure measurement device, but I can imagine that blood pressure will be normal today. Okay, that's the resting phase, 10 seconds, and then we start pedaling. Come on, yeah. So I can switch to the video for a short time. So just easy, he's pedaling, I'm watching his reactions, that's nice. So we can go back to the software. Okay, so what's on the screen? We have now time to discuss what's happening because the software works automatically here. Actually, it's a warm-up phase. It's not required maybe for bicycle protocols, but if your patient is not accustomed to this test, so it's better to perform some exercise and then, but with our software, every time you can switch to the next stage, so the workload starts. What we can see here on the screen, 12-lead ECG. I can actually switch between different kinds of view, for example, 2 columns or just in one list. I can switch off any lead, for example, in case of noise, or if I don't want to see that. I've got this written channel here. It is, you can see that I can change the speed of ECG and, for example, to see some arrhythmia appearing. And I can also select which lead is displayed here. For example, I can switch it to V5, no problem. On the right panel, I can see averaged ECG QRS complexes. And Maxim showed you a little bit older version, and now we have large progress. We have such a nice chart showing ST elevation and depression, as not only as ST chart, but also as table and ST map. In general, that's maybe just for entertaining purposes of a doctor, that's not to be sleeping during the test. But that's nice position, maybe not of great practical use, but some people like it. And it just looks nice. So if your customer love nice things, that's for them. Also, I have here in the bottom of the screen, I hope you can see the mouse hovering here. And I can switch between different modes, instantaneous heart rate or averaged heart rate. It's actually quite good stuff because if you suppose there are some arrhythmias like extrasystoles or stuff like this, you can see instantaneous value, and any change in heart rate will be shown precisely in the moment. But if you want to see the main trend of heart rate change, you can switch to average value and see this more smooth curve on the screen. As you can see, heart rate is increasing a little bit, but not so fast. And on this stage, maybe I think, oh, this person is too fit for this test, and I made a mistake, but it's not a problem because I have this nice function of changing automatic template right here, right now. So I just changed the main goal of the test. So now the increment of ramp test will be much steeper, and we will see heart rate increasing faster. While I'm talking, you can observe the ECG quality. And for me, it's quite good because you can clearly see any QRS complex. You can see all the features, P waves, QRS waves, T wave, ST segment on the native ECG, on the average QRS complex, no problem. Everything is green. The lead marks and the channel marks here, it means that the impedance under the electrode is good. So impedance should be low. So the signal is of a good quality, contact of a good quality. What are the elements here in the bottom left corner? That's blood pressure measurement button. If you have automatic device, this button will start this. If I don't have any device, I just imagine what blood pressure should be right now. These two buttons active only in case of multi-stage test. So I can go to the next stage or go back, freeze on some stage for some time. Also, I can put some comments. For example, all is good. I haven't switched to correct keyboard. And also I can ask my patient about, can you tell me on a scale from 0 to 20, which exercise is now about? 5, 6, so very, almost no load for him. I've got no things, okay, I'll put 7. Because he's just a patient and I'm a qualified personnel. I know better. Okay, one interesting feature that I can do during the test is press one magic button. I will not tell you right now which button is, because that's a huge secret of company. You need to pay for that, for the license. And I can see all the recording that's being recorded till the current time, and it's updating continuously. You see what it helps to do. I can compare, for example, the resting ECG before the start of the test and current ECG, and see if I have some change that may be diagnostic for this patient. Also, I can print without hurry, just select nice picture that may represent some features of the ECG, select it on the screen and press the button or press make a right mouse button click and print. If I use quick print, the printing will be with the presets. If I use this just standard printing, I got lots of options. I can print selected block, I can select leads to print, I can select sweep speed, sensitivity, paper orientation, I can print even colored ECG on a graph paper, and I can, for sure, I can preview what will be on the screen. I think it looks nice. So if I press print button, it will be printed. If not, I can print to file. For example, I can save it as JPEG or PDF. And you know that if a technician performs test here in this room, he can send this file right now to somewhere remote location for analysis or review. No problem. Okay, I can close this window with a magic cross. And I think you can pedal a little bit faster now because the exercise is increasing. You can get about 75, 80 RPM. Go, 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 go. 75, 80, sorry. Okay. So that's actually maybe for some people, well, I don't know what's in your country, but in my country, sometimes doctors shocked that I recommend pedaling rate more than 60. Чуть-чуть немножко я тебя помучу еще. Because some old school doctors, they think, okay, I need to keep 60 and nothing else. But when we have an exercise about 253 now watts, for some person that may be hard to pedal. and I need, but you see that now we have a lot of noise. Why? Because he's using his arm muscles and cannot follow the speed. So I need to switch off and let him rest. Okay, just pedaling a little bit for recovery. That's why you can tell your children that they may select medical specialty as their future, because when this person is working hard, trying to pedal, I'm standing here working with my tongue and nothing else. So it's much easier. Okay, now recovery phase. And okay, you now just stop pedaling. So we have recovery phase with some cool down exercise, and then we can observe the change in the ECG during this recovery phase for as long as we want. 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 7 minutes, 10 minutes, any. Oh, what else? For sure, I should imagine some blood pressure, that would be normal again. Okay, and yeah, you may say that not a lot of functions during exercise test, but that's not for many functions, because the doctor's attention should be concentrated on the performance of the test and on the patient condition, not to lose some dangerous stuff. Okay, so just for our presentation purposes, I will stop recording now. In real practice, I would continue this, but unfortunately, I can't proceed to analysis and show you some nice features if I don't stop this recording. So I need to stop. Good. As this is exercise stress test and software knows that this is exercise stress test, it provides me information automatically. So first I can review all the recording. Again, I can select ECG, I can print ECG, that's easy, like mouse click, no problem. I can observe summary chart. You see how exercise was increasing, how heart rate was increasing. Also, I can switch on and off different parts of this graph. For example, I can show you a double product graph. Here, I can switch off rhythm. So some settings that you can play with. Average QRS complexes. Okay, very nice, very good thing, because you can, for example, you can switch to this window where we have QRS for maximum workload, rest in ECG, and recovery phase. And they already marked that they should be included in the report. But as you see, this QRS complex is not very good. I would say not to report, mark it as artifact. So it means that I need to find something else to include in the report, and usually quite a nice trick, just to this. Oh, you can go to the and usually in the beginning of the recovery, all the specific changes like some ischemia-like change or stuff like this are clearly seen, but without such artifacts, and I can include it in the report. Okay. What else? A lot of trends. For now, you can see that I think if you ask, do you have this trend? Yes, we have. We have even trends for R wave amplitude, QT, apex, QT end. That's impossible, but it's real. So you can switch which one do you want to see. Are quite normal people, they want to see ST trend, but others may want to see any other trend. I show that it works. So I see something, not the clear. So ST slope may be interesting because you know that if ST change is upsloping, that's quite normal. You can see it in a normal person. For example, if here I see some like depression, like here blue lines, but I need to check if it's upsloping or downsloping, if this curve is positive or negative. For example, this red elevation area, again, I see that it's upsloping elevation, that's nothing interesting. But in case I see the downsloping, yeah, that may be a problem. But again, in this person, even downslope, it's not enough for me. And I want to show you one instrument that called loops. Oops, it called loops. And I need to remember how to move that like this. What does it mean? That's actually a nice picture here. And you can explain, doctors, if you install, I hope any day you will install a lot of polyspectrum software in your area and invite me for a glass of beer, a glass of wine to tell about this story. Why not? Okay, so just again, I need to tell you some theory about ECG stress testing. So what we have here, the red line is ST level change during exercise, and green line ST level change during recovery phase. And on the horizontal axis, we see heart rate. What the idea? When heart rate increases, ST segment usually goes, in the case of pathology, it goes down. And I can find the trend with such a behavior. Let it be this V1. It's not characteristic, but okay. Yeah. So you can see that here some tendency, but it's not a clear tendency. We have some ST depression during low heart rate, during high heart rate. In case these changes are due to ischemic heart disease, this graph will look like a cucumber looking up to the right, right upper corner with red line beneath the green line. So if you see this cucumber or oval or something like this, that looking towards upper right corner with green line above red line, so that's Houston, we got a problem. So these patients with a high probability have ischemic change. But in case we see something different, like this abstract picture that may be represented in some contemporary art museum, we can say, okay, that's fine. And why is this fine? Because again, this patient is not, as you remember, the probability of ischemic heart disease was low at the beginning. Then we have full disclosure tables. Again, very nice. We see ST change in every lead. Some doctors like this. Also, we have summary statistic for, here we have RAM protocol. So for every 30 seconds, we have summary statistic of workload, metabolic equivalent, heart rate, etc., etc., etc. And summary statistic for the whole test. And another nice thing that all these tables may be included in the final report and printed on the paper. And now for the final conclusion to the report, we have selected physical performance test, and the software surprisingly shows us the results that may be interesting for apparently healthy person that wants to know his or her physical condition, for example, for some fitness or things like this. And we have this recommendation on physical activity that we can tell the patient what to do in the fitness room. For sure, that's not so precise as CPET test. And I think now people who do that testing or sell Gerotherm equipment can say, oh, Dr. Feder, you telling something not good. But okay, if you have CPT test, sure, you're in a very nice position. But if not, you can use these calculations, and actually they are quite fit to real life. Again, calculated VO2 performance, for sure. You cannot imagine that this calculation may be close to the real value, because it's close as the formula or regression line can approximate these values. But if you have a team of, say, soccer players or football players, and you want to compare one with another, and you perform exercise stress test, and okay, you see different exercise, you see different heart rate responses, and for sure, I just want to speak to the camera, and you have different exercise responses, and you want to compare. And here, with this calculated VO2, you have some number that is easily, it's one number that's easy to, what? Why? No. I will switch. Okay. Okay. So the technical staff says, let's go to the software. Okay. So you can compare different people of approximately the same size or the same sports. That's nice. Instrument that's quite cheap. If you select diagnostic test, you will see a very different picture, which will be focused on things like why clinician stopped the test. So, and you see these criteria from guidelines, and clinician can select what happened during the test and was the reason for test stop. ECG criteria also, you can select anything that is not detected by the software automatically, but you can select it manually. And here we have this calculator that shows us the risk prognosis calculation for the person. So what the chances of this person to die during next 5 years. That's quite nice. You can say, okay, you will die in 5 years with a probability of 0.9. So survive. Okay, that's much better. Yeah? So you have 1 chances from 10 to die in the next 5 years. Very optimistic for most people. And the final thing, we have a report. I can press 1 button and preset report will be created. No problem, just 1 button click. But if I want to do something more sophisticated, I can select some, again, from preset, but for example, extended stress test report. And I can see nice pictures of ECG, QRS complexes, tables, trends, textual description, conclusion, recommendations, another table, another chart. So that's, I think this report can gain money. So because if you show the client that a lot of information, a lot of graphics, even colored, you can print it on your color printer. It's nice. So any person would like to pay something for that. Okay. You can use special tool to make a report template. So you can rearrange graphic, textual data, and all the stuff. That's quite simple, but better you ask our service team to help you when you try it first. Also, this exam template editor, I can show it in a live demo. So for example, cycle ergometer, multi-stage test. I can see what's inside. I can see what is inside this stage. And one feature that I want to tell you that we have just simple stages, like you say, okay, software make 50 watts, 75 watts, 100 watts, and software will do that. But you can tell, okay, software, make me first, in the beginning of the stage, make me 50, and in 2 minutes, make it 100 watts. And this will be like ramp-like, not automatic ramp, but that ramp that you want to imagine, your client want to imagine. We have heart rate control. So you can say, okay, software, I don't know how many watts I want, but I want my patients to have heart rate from 100 to 110 during 2 minutes. And voila, magic. And the software will select exercise intensity automatically and set this heart rate of the patient to the predefined level. And the final, you can include a formula. For example, you want with kids, with athletes, in some research institutions, you may want to have not fixed template for every person, but you understand, for example, that for a girl of 40 kilos and for a big man of 140 kilos, you want different exercise, but you don't want to select from different templates every time. That's why you said, okay, let me have 0.5 watts per kilo of patient's weight. So the girl will have 20 watts and this big man will have 70 watts automatically. And even we can include is male or female. And for example, for males, we can have 1 watt per kilo, for girls 0.75 watts per kilo. That's very nice. It can be very flexible, especially in some special conditions. Okay. If colleagues can tell me what I forgot, I think nothing. So yeah, for sure, connections with other, so we can export report to PDF, just send it via email, print it, and the same with any part of ECG. Also, I've already shown you, but if you have automatic HL7 system or GDT-based system, you can exchange this data automatically. And again, ask our service engineers, they will help arrange these networking tools. I think I should shut up right now and give ground to our moderator.
Maybe some words about REST ECG. ECG measurement.
For sure. Maxim asks me, yeah, another piece of magic. For example, I have this REST in ECG. I can record REST in ECG, but I can just have this piece of ECG. I can select some QRS complex, perform automatic analysis, and see measurements. For most of markets, we have only measurements. For some markets, we have automatic interpretation. So you can be lucky or not so lucky to have it. But anyway, you can see that the software finds the fiducial points of beginning and the end of P, QRS, T wave, show you the measurement result. You can perform special measurement of selected lead. You can even superimpose leads to see more clearly or not so clearly. You can have a ruler to measure something. That's sometimes it looks nice, sometimes not so nice. No problem. What else? And you have in a table form all the measurements for different waves. For sure, not any. You can ask why some cells empty, because there is no S how it's additional S wave. in this lead. And for interpretation, I think I got no, but I have glossary that I can have. So I can find some phrases from this, and also I can add my own phrases into this glossary and perform interpretation with my small vocabulary. And in the end, I can get some report. Oh, not stress test shot for sure. I need template. Let it be album 2-page report. Mahala, and here we go. So we have ECG, we have rhythm, we have average QRS complex, we have table, and if I forgot to make interpretation, I can make it here. So, and so on. So that's all, folks.
Further.
Oh.
Thank you very much. I'm not sure if you showed split screen, because I know people very often ask split screen when you can see what's going on right now and what was just a minute before.
I think you were sleeping a little bit. I shown split screen very precisely, so you can next during in the recording you can rewind and see. Yeah, that was demonstrated. Yeah. Because there were questions from some partners about emulation mode. If you want to show something without actual person, yeah. So I can show you, for example, I can select again my patient, just maybe simple ECG, and here I switched from device to device emulation mode. I can use some embedded ECG that's quite nice but short, and it will be looped, so it will be repeating one without changing heart rate. But I can select any EDF file and import it. Okay. And now I have emulation, and you can show your customer or play with the software. For example, if you ask Nikolai, oh, Nikolai, I want this software to try to play with the buttons to see how it works. Okay, we can arrange this thing. And your good thing that when you have this emulation mode, you have like all licenses open. So you can try any feature of the software with this emulation. Or you can install this to your customer, say that emulation is such a way of cleaning ECG, and you will have the very perfect ECG during exercise, stress test, anytime, but with fixed heart rate, but very clear and nice. And you can perform everything, record it, like stop it, and all functions are open. Okay.